So yesterday I talked about this whole new season that's coming into my life. Today, I want to talk about what's next. What's in the future of the business of fatherhood, the Dad Coach brand, all of it. Some of it is further down the road. Some of it is stuff I'm going to execute in the next 6 months. Some of it is stuff I'm going to be executing very shortly. Let's start with this podcast. This podcast started as a way for me to take what I've learned on my journey, bring it to you, the dad, to help you learn some of the shortcuts in a very quick, actionable way every day. When I started this podcast, one thing that I haven't done is I wanted to add an interview component. Now, I didn't want to affect the daily component that we already have. This would be almost a weekend edition of the business of fatherhood and interview people that have climbed the corporate ladder, people that have been in the corporate world, kept their family, and thrived. Because one thing that I didn't fully see in my corporate world experience was people that had both. They had the thriving career. They had what every man wants at work, the pinnacle of success as a CEO. But they also had a thriving family that they were able to create and also even find the company where they were able to thrive. What values did they have in that company that allowed the CEO to grow? And what values had to be there in order for it to thrive? Those are the kind of stories that I'm looking forward to bringing to the business of fatherhood. Now, no episode is recorded, but that is definitely a goal over the next few months as the world opens up for me and I get more time to focus during the day and connect and essentially discover those dads out there that have built a business, that do have family. Because as a busy dad listening to this, and as a recovering busy dad that was overwhelmed most days in his corporate world, feeling disconnected from anything that felt familiar, often the feeling that I felt, and probably some proportion of what you feel, just is this disconnect that we can't have both. So one objective in the what's next category is bringing you clear examples and actionable advice for how someone can grow their career in the corporate space. What kind of community and culture did that company have to have in order for fatherhood to thrive in a way that allowed men to have both? One way that I've learned of reading different leadership books and leadership stories is, to me, a company's success should be based on, is the success and profit being built during the normal business hours? Or is that profit being built on the backs of dads and moms' family time? And that correlation of family time versus profit, to me, there's a clear line there that a lot of corporations cross, and it'll be an objective to go out there and look for those corporations that are doing it well, that build successful, healthy profit, build an identifiable mission that allows them to find their purpose as a business, but not do it on the backs and memories of family, that still allow a dad to be both, and that they don't have to be all in on one space and completely neglect and have this massive deficit in the other. So that is one. And a couple other ones we're going to unpack in some future episodes here in the next few days, because I'm going to spend a little bit of time explaining some of the different components that I want to move into. Another aspect is expanding and doubling down on the military veteran dad brand. That brand has been going for over 2.5 years. I want to be able to put some additional energy into that. I want to be able to get some bigger guests on that show as well. And that is something when I've been balancing dad mode throughout this entire 18-month journey to get to this day, this week. It's been hard. And sometimes you take what comes towards you. Sometimes you do what you have to. I've had to pause the podcast twice for that podcast, and I'm really looking forward to giving it the focus and the energy and the attention that it needs to continue to grow. Ultimately, my vision is to continue to grow and be a person that can speak on fatherhood, help organizations can understand this, and take a deeper message that I'm learning within all of this of how to reframe stories. Because that's essentially what a lot of what I've learned in my own life is how to reframe a story from something that holds me back to something that propels me forward. That component was really something that I was missing. We're going to be expanding in different areas like books, speaking, additional podcasts, whole bunch of stuff coming down the road. But I'm going to save those for a future episode. And today, leave you with a podcast update of what's next, because today is day 2 on my road to building this life that I've been looking forward to for 2,770 days. And every day from here on out is just going to get bigger and better. And in many ways, I've been building a 747 on the ground. Planes are not meant to stay on the ground. They are designed to fly in the air. And it's time that this whole bird, all of it, gets in the air and goes to all the different places that I've been dreaming about and that for a long time have only been able to see when I close my eyes. I'll be back again with you guys tomorrow.